Hey, Professor, this is Danny. This is my final exam. Social Issues, Concept Theory, Research Narrative, PowerPoint. Okay, my introduction, my defining topics. I picked stress because it's one of the issues I'm facing right now, and stress is it's like a body reaction to a change that requires a physical, mental, or emotional adjustment or response. Okay, to be more specific, I picked social stress, which is the stress that happens because of a relationship made with another person. And since we are all social beings, we must have to we must have to communicate and talk to each other. And if anything gets disrupted, then social stress happens. Okay, you wanted us to review the literature about our topics. And one of the points that I got from my topic is stress is a perceptual phenomenon resulting from comparing between the demands on a person and his ability to cope with the problems. Another point I got is that stress affects in different ways. It affects us in a lot of different ways, from use of alcohol to drugs to poor job performance, or even our overall body health, which is really a bad thing. This social health issue also highlights the importance of perception and the relationship of the individual to the environment. For example, if if there's like an improper fit between if someone from somewhere in if an individual and in it, let's say for example an individual is in an environment and he doesn't fit properly, that stress takes place. He's basically trying to find out how he can get along in a society or in the environment, which is something that people also go through. That which is also something that people also get stressed out about, not fitting into a society. Another important point I also got from my review is that we have another thing I also found was the different strategies we can overcome stress, which I'll be talking about in a little bit. My hypothesis on social stress, based on what I've been through, I think stress leads to change. It's like if you don't go through stress, then you have no change in your life. And proper solution to stress leads to comfort. And if you don't find any solution to your stress, then if you just hide it to yourself, just act like there's nothing wrong with you, then it might lead to different problems, such as health issues and just having problems continuously in your life. And this kind of stress that it happens to different type of individuals. That's why stress is subjective. Next, so you wanted us to lay out a plan for our research, and I wanted to do mine in steps. First of all, just to find out the cause of the stress, and then next how stress affect mentally, physically, and socially. Also, how stress different places stresses, different types of places, or different people stress. How people get stressed out. For example, like college students. Also, the different age groups, so I can compare to my age the various factors affecting stress and the consequences of stress and how we can overcome it. And also how to either avoid stress totally or how to just accept it if we can find a way to overcome it. Okay, part 1, you wanted us to review the works we've done throughout the semester and find out how our issue affects or impacts everything we've done throughout the semester. And my social group is definitely one that has a big impact. Such as my social group, such as my family, friends, and teammates, have a big impact on the way I overcome stress. Because I honestly get stressed out easily, like with school, work, and just in life, like friends. I get stressed out easily. I feel like sometimes if I don't treat people the right way, or even though I just not necessarily not treat people the nice way, if I just I feel like sometimes I don't do better. If I don't treat people more nice, I get really stressed at the end of the day. So the only way I overcome that kind of stress is to talk to my family and my members, and then my brothers and sisters, and they always inform me how to overcome the stress, or just to move on in life. So it has a big impact. My family and my friends have a really big impact on my life when it comes to getting stressed out. Also, emails. Um, and the theories paper number one that we did, email theory on social structure also have a big impact on stress, because he's talking about how people are the products to their own society. He wants people to go out and get involved in the society, and we really can't. I mean, if you don't get along in a society like that, then it's easy for people to get stressed out. It's easy for people to get frustrated or stressed out because of the way people treat them. And his ideas, he wants people to get involved in the society. So I believe this topic also kind of relates to it. Like he also said, we can maintain internal stability and survive over time. His book, he also had a book on suicide, which definitely kind of relates to the idea of stress, because he's talking about how the cause of stress were to be found in a society. Factors such as our social stress. It kind of it's like the book kind of relates, because death and dying, the one we did in class, also have a big impact on on my topic, because because like you said, we all tend to deny the fact that we all gonna die one day, which also which it makes the idea of stress comes along. It plays along with this, because the fact, if we tend to just accept the fact that we all gonna die one day, we always gonna have to get stressed out. Let's say, for example, I just just decide, I just always put in my mind that maybe if I wake up the next day I'm gonna die. That's, I'm telling you, I'll be stressed out all day just thinking about it. So I think one of the things that one of the good things that she taught us in class was to just accept the fact that we all gonna die one day. Just put it in our mind, and just just, we don't have to that's why we talk about it, so we won't get stressed out like that. Also, the observations and discussions we did in class also impacted the way we had to cope and accept and deal with with that, which reduces the stress when trying to accept that as part of our lives. The new research. So you wanted us to conduct a research, and I was able to find the top cause of stress using the survey, observation, case study, and experiment. Yeah, I found out some of the causes and factors on job pressure. Mostly it's on the coworker tension, bosses, and just work overload, which definitely relates to everything that I face in my life today. Just the pressure of just going to work every day. It's stressful. Um, I was able to find out when it comes to like money problems, like the way some people go through. They either they lose their jobs, or just mental expenses, and health problems is either a health crisis, terminal chronic health illness, which can lead to death, which can lead to bad stress, and relationship is like one of the tops. It's either divorce, somebody that takes place in the family, or just arguments with friends, or just disagreement or misunderstanding can lead to stress. Just not eating right also leads to stress. Just the media overload can just television and radio, internet, just social network. It's like one of the tops that can just lead to stress. I was also able to find out. I was able to see an experiment of. I was also I was also able to look up some experiments of people who regularly experience physical symptoms caused by stress, which is 77% in the United States, and regularly experiencing physiological symptoms caused by stress, which is 73%. Wow. Also, how they are living with extreme stress, which is 33%. Not much, but I think it's a pretty huge number. And people that feel that stress has increased over the past 5 years. 48% cited money and work as the lead cause of stress. That's right. And report leaning awake all night due to stress. People just don't go to sleep because they're stressed out, and it's about 48%. This page, I was able to find out the stress impact, the percentages who said stress has no negative impact on your personal or professional life. Employed adults who say they have difficulties managing work and family responsibilities, and also percentages who cited job effect affecting with their families or personal time has a significant source of stress. Percentages who said stress has caused them to fight when people are close to them. Report being, altered from friends and family members because of stress. Annual costs to employment and stress-related health care and missed work. Percentages who said they are always or often under stress at work. In a study of physical symptoms expressed by the following is either fatigue, headache, upset stomach, muscle tension, change in appetite, teeth grinding, change in sex drive, or feeling dizzy. And psychologically, it's either they're angry, feeling nervous, or lack of energy. In conclusion, I really think this topic of stress has a really big impact. Just talking about stress has a really big impact on the way we live our lives, on the way we cope with our lives, and on the research I did just kind of motivated me on how to overcome stress and how to just move on in life. Because like I said, stress is not it's not really like I don't it's not really something that has been something that's gonna kill me in life, but it's just something that I just face day to day, and I always come up with ways to just overcome my stress. But it seems like the more like once especially with school, when it comes to like school homework and stuff, I really get stressed out. But I always just on based on the research I did, kind of really helped me overcome my stress and just move on with life. So I really think this topic is it's really more important to me than just explaining it to you. Thank you.